Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why do I breathe like that? Man, it's hot. But the air conditioning is running, luckily. But I've been running, took a shower, and sweaty, back in business. That's the way I am. Take a shower, sweat, and here I am. So I'm gonna be a little bit more relaxed. But let's see what's going on here. We got a very revealing piece of information. If it's surprising for you, I'm glad. That means this is a chance that you might get red-pilled. If it's not surprising for you, it's just another example of our fantastic freedoms that we have in the United States of America on paper. So what's going on? Have you ever heard of Scott Ritter? Ritter? Yeah? All right. Well, if you heard about Scott Ritter, he tried, as a free American, to exercise his right of free traveling and the right of, private property, the ability to be free from searches, unwanted searches. Well, he wanted to leave the United States of America. And at the airport, he was invited to a special place, and his passport was confiscated. Scott Ritter. Why? Because he is constantly, or is very frequent writer for Sputnik, or at least Sputnik uses Scott Ritter's assessments. Therefore, he must be, one of those guys. He's an ex, if I remember correctly, CIA, and not only. So let me read you this article from Sputnik. Let me show you first. If I'm sweaty, I'm sweaty. Oh, what's going on, baby doll? You took it down? Okay, here it is. So Sputnik, writer. And it says, U.S. State Department forced Scott Ritter off plane to Russia, confiscated his passport. This gentleman here, if you have problems remembering the person. So here he is. He cannot leave the country. Now, Trump is a political prisoner, considered by many. This guy is, I don't even know, house arrest? Is that how it is? No. In America, that's impossible. So let me read you this article. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. What do you think? It says here, Ritter was slotted to participate in an annual St. Petersburg International Economic Forum as a guest speaker. So freedom of speech, freedom of traveling? I guess not. And I'm quoting Scott Ritter. As I was boarding my flight out of New York, I was pulled aside by 3 CBP officers who seized my passport. When asked why, they said orders of the State Department. What's going on here with you, baby doll? No further information was provided. My bags were removed from the flight and I was escorted out of the airport. End of quote. The former U.S. Marine intelligence officer told Sputnik. So, a U.S. Marine intelligence officer. Why did I know he was something with the CIA? Anyway, Scott Ritter added that his passport was not given back. So, is your passport yours or not? Who pays for the passport? Oh, it's a official document. If I pay for it and it's in my possession, it's like your ID. Anyway, if you commit a crime, I guess they suspend your driver's license, right? If you drive above the speed limit with, 20 miles or something, they suspended it. What did he do? Nothing. Escorted out. America the beautiful. Now, Ritter believes U.S. authorities are afraid of his participation in the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. And I'm quoting, it is done under, this is the quote of Maria Zakharova, that smart, experienced, and ballsy Russian foreign minister spokeswoman. Is this done under the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution or the Fourth? Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova asked sarcastically, commenting on Scott Ritter's removal from his flight to Russia and the confiscation of his passport. The First Amendment to the Constitution guarantees, among other things, non-interference with the freedoms of speech and assembly, while the Fourth Amendment prohibits unreasonable searches and detentions. SPIEF, that's the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, is the largest annual Russian business event in the economic sphere and is attended by dozens of politicians and entrepreneurs from around the world. This year, the forum will take place on June 5 to June 8. So, get your tickets. So, what do you think, my fellow Americans? That's something like if the government becomes tyrannical, the citizen has the duty of helping it out? I don't know, I just heard that. So my friends, this is America we live in. But if you need more evidence that the laws, that the freedoms that we can exercise and are guaranteed, which I think are just temporary privileges, not even privileges, temporary, because they could be taken away, given, it's a temporary thing. Look what happened to us during the COVID garbage. Now, remember those guys, that were going to the beach and trying to see a sunset and they had to wear a mask, or the guys driving alone in a car, or needing to do this in order to have a job. Remember all those things? Remember the distancing, the people with all those things? I remember them. And I will never forget them. And I will never forget the names of those people who did that to us in the name of the common good. All right, my friends, this is Scott Ritter. Now, if this happens to him, and not only, because it happens, if things happen, let's say, to Trump, right, imagine what things can happen to you and I. I mean, I don't know you, maybe you, I don't know who you are, Hunter Biden or something, but imagine all that. If you're surprised, then wake the up. It's time. It's time. Well, here it is, my friends. I have no. When I traveled to Romania a while ago, when I was coming back last year, I was pulled to the side by one individual only, and he asked me a bunch of questions about this, about you guys, the subscribers, about what I'm doing, and he made me conduct a mock, program. And it was no problem with me, I was started with, hello, my friends, blah, 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 welcome back, blah, 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 And I asked him, why do I need to answer all these questions? He said, well, you have to, or I have to satisfy, your answer have to satisfy me, something like this, that I can allow you to board that plane. That, I don't know how many coefficients he had of the IQ. Nevertheless, I had to, otherwise I would stay outside. It happened to me a few times traveling to Canada the same way. A guy with, I don't know, stopped you. You can't do shit. Can't do shit. Even when you come back home. Even if you come back home. So you have to satisfy someone's in order to let you in your country. The same with Scott Ritter. Now, I don't know what's behind the scenes with Scott Ritter and others, but still, remember when they canceled the passport of Snowden? Remember? While he was traveling towards Moscow from Hong Kong? Imbeciles, CIA, Secretary of State, I think, whomever. Even Putin laughed about this. Say, man, that's unprofessional. You should have waited for the guy to land, take this plane wherever he was going, and then when you are in a friendly country where you have extradition, then you grab him, the former KGB guy said. But these guys are just whatever. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.